jump in?
We should
I'm
jump in.
jumping
Then.
in. How did you jumping in?
You can
Wait, it says wait.
check
There's
get the
six.
current entry. Okay, nice.
There's 6.
You can like divide the current entrance by 12, and then however many extra is how many are in
Yeah.
at the.
Yeah,
Yes.
I messed up. It was the answer was 4, and I means there's 8 spots, not 4 spots left.
Hey, it's good enough. We got in.
Yeah.
So GM, everybody, we're live. We're just jumping right into a dog bowl, and we're going to talk about the slate as we go through. We have a hard out at 3:00 today, so that's why we're not doing the game by game breakdown. That being said, in between picks and the dog bowl, we'll be talking about the games. Week 11 is, on paper, at least for me, my favorite week since before bye week mania. Maybe like week 7 or 8. The last couple weeks have been rough, and this feels like a week where there's a lot of different ways you can go. There's some fun game environments. There's some shitty game environments, but players from those games that look good. And yeah, it looks like a way better week than what we've had the last couple weeks. So we got Miami back on the slate. We got H-Han back to fuck some shit up. Yeah, we got the Raiders to tilt us when we take Devontae Adams and he lets us. There's a lot to like. But yeah, Soby, Andy, how are you guys doing? I want to throw up my screen so people can see it. We're 5 to go in this dog bowl. So if anybody wants to rip a dog bowl with us, you have plenty of time to hop in.
Yeah, I'm good. I had a nice night of underdog last night. It was my best night of the year so far. Took home the 8K to first. It was a weird day. I had a pretty good day. Kind of.
Wait, can you
I
share
feel
your
like
screen and show us the? I'll take mine down.
yeah.
While we're waiting for the dog bowl, let's dive into Andy's lineup here because Andy is such a Chad that when he has a sweat for first place, he just says, "Fuck it, I'm going to bed." Gains are more important, and I need to get my 6 a.m. drafts in with the slappies. So I'll see you guys in the morning.
All right, give me 1 second here.
No, you're good.
I'm getting there.
Our dog bowl's at 5, so we're
All
still
right.
plenty of time.
Can you guys see this? It's probably really wide.
Yeah, you got that ultra screen. Ultra wide.
How's that look?
Looks good to me. Look at that. Plus 8,000.
Dude, Jesus, moly. So we remove your winning number 1. You're still basically profitable.
Yeah, that was the nice thing about this Thursday night hoops was even if you remove the 8K to first, I had like a break even night, which to me feels like a good sign because like obviously it's hard to break even otherwise. So I had a couple of other like decent teams, nothing totally insane, and like this team wasn't anything crazy. I think the biggest surprise is that it didn't have any Oklahoma City Thunder players, which
I was surprised by that too when I was looking at your lineup.
And you just auto drafted that one.
Yeah, all of them, baby. This one, yeah, I had a period of time where Lonnie Walker was my like late 6th round, and so what I've been doing lately is I've updated the way that I go about doing my auto drafting, and so I actually don't consider ADP at all, and instead what I do is now that we have a tool to get exposure more consistently, I will pull exposure every like 10 or 15 drafts and update like my current ownerships of every player. And then I will adjust their rankings, like their projected totals, up or down based on their exposure. And so what it does is it kind of like naturally, like I basically put in my own ranks, and then naturally as I go through drafts, we'll shift players up and down my ranks based on how different they are from ADP. And so this was my second night doing this as a strategy. I don't think there's like a panacea. This is the perfect way to get the perfect exposures. But what I've liked about this so far in a couple days is that it like kind of naturally forces you to like shift players around and change up combinations. And so like I had a really, really nice kind of like overlap of player matrix yesterday of just getting a ton of different combinations and stuff, because as one player would get drafted more, they would naturally get pushed down my ranks. And then if and the players who are getting drafted less naturally get pushed up my ranks. I don't have to like do it manually, which is nice.
No, that's huge. So you're saying like if you were me right now, sitting on 40% Brandon Ingram, and you have him at 20, he might end up at like 28 until that, or 26 or something. So that I stop getting Brandon Ingram at pick 20 every goddamn time.
Yeah, and then what it also does, which is really helpful, is it boosts people, especially the people in the last couple picks of the draft who you can kind of end up getting like stuck with a ton.
Mm-hmm.
It boots them out of your rankings really quickly because you give, if you have a guy who projects as the 35th best player of the night, if you hit them with a 10% deduction in their projected points, like they're not going to be in your player pool anymore. And so like I find that it's very naturally creating these really nice kind of like end of round curves of just like getting a bunch of different players as opposed to having all of my exposure in the last few rounds be to like the one Q tag guy who keeps falling to me.
Yeah, that's
Dude.
been my problem today with Jaylen Brown and Pores, where my first 75 drafts, I think I was sitting somewhere here. Actually, I have my sheet up. It was ridiculous. Okay, I've brought the curve down a little bit, but I think after my first run, I had like 60% of them combined, and now I
Yeah.
have 14% Pores and 28% Brown. So I need to flatten it a lot more, but
Yeah, I'm currently I kind of adjust it. I'm still learning, and it's like I said, I don't think there's like a perfect solution by any means. Um, but I adjust how aggressively I change people's rankings based on the size of the slate and like kind of how big my player pool is. So like tonight, since there's a ton of good players, I'm super comfortable taking a guy who's like a fifth round pick, and if I have over 20%, like they're not even in my player pool right now while I'm drafting. Um, just because like it'll mix things up. And so like right now for this exact run that I'm doing, Evan Mobley is someone who just isn't even going to be drafted by me because
you're
I
just
have
getting him
enough.
too
I have
much.
yeah, I had him. I had 22%, and so that that equates to basically I'm going to take his projection and then knock it down like 13% or so right now based on what I'm doing. And so that's a big enough knock comparatively to other guys that it kicks him out of the player pool.
That makes sense. I'm looking at ETR's ranks right now just to see who they have different than the field. And they have Cade really high, 44.7, or no, 45.25 is his projection. And then they have things like LeBron and Maxey under him. So I've definitely not been drafting like that. Also, I love the
Wait,
ranks.
they have Cade at 40 something?
They have him higher than Devin Booker.
Am I looking at the right shit? Let me.
Well, I'm looking at the.
Are you looking at his ceiling?
I might be an idiot. I don't know where it got Cade for.
We're
Because I'm
learning
looking at
live
the
right
sheet
now.
and it's 37.5.
Yeah, I don't think that they have Cade. They have his ceiling at 48.
I think maybe I fucked up this sheet here. And
That happens.
I think what I did is I didn't update the underdog stuff, just the ETR stuff. Just disregard me being an idiot. This would be me incorrectly importing the ranks, and then this is my team. I'm like, oh yeah, I got a lot of Cade. Like ETR likes them. How'd you get unique tonight? Oh yeah,
It's not that hard to get unique. You just have to fuck up the rankings.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're doing anyway. Just fucking. We're still 3 to go on this Dawg Bowl. I guess to talk a little bit more about NBA tonight while we're waiting. Tonight's there's a lot of Q tags. Are you taking any big stands on any of the Qs?
Nothing revolutionary for me. I'm essentially drafting as if all of them are playing tonight. I maybe not. Yeah, I'm basically drafting as if every single Q tag player is playing. There's a couple. So like Embiid, I think he's going to play. I think that it's an in-season tournament game. They're playing a good team. He was questionable for their last game and played, and they had a day off. So I think he's going to play. And then Anthony Davis is probable. Tonight. I think he'll play. Yeah, I think the in-season tournament matters, at least the tiniest bit. I think Giannis will play. I think
I
that
think
was just like rest for him
I
on.
think Jalen Brown will play because it was an illness and it wasn't
Yeah.
really an injury. Porzingis feels like more of a 50-50, but seems like he'll play. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no lean on it.
I think
stopped
Donovan
actually
Mitchell will play.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell is somebody I took a lot of over the first like 75 drafts. He's just one of those people where, when he's going 18 to 25, it's very. I have 36% Donovan Mitchell through the first half of drafts. I need to probably flatten the curve a little bit there. Booker already got rolled in. It's interesting. Like last night, everyone assumes Booker's in. Beal was already rolled out, but Booker was still going around 20. And then this morning, I wake up and he's like at 15 or 16.
I think that was one where Booker only played 25 minutes in his first game back. And they said he was going to be on a minutes restriction. And so I think that people saw that he'd played 25 minutes and they were like, oh, he's on a 25 minutes limit. And if that's the case, he's good at pick 20, but he's not a smash. But I think as sharper people started to draft and you look at the way that their kind of game flow went, he was on pace for 30 minutes, not 25, and then he sat because of a blowout. They sat all of their starters for the last 5 minutes of the game. And so I think that his minutes limit is more like 30 minutes. And maybe, it could even increase each game. It could be 32 minutes. So I think that that's what we've seen there is just the group of people who are drafting now. There's enough sharp guys who like if you project him for 32 minutes, he's just an out of the park smash at his ADP. It's just like not even close. And I think we got enough people now who are just like, yeah, 25 minutes is too little. And so you can up those numbers and then he projects crazy.
Yeah, that's one of the more exciting games on the slate when I was going just over the rough, over under and spreads. Over under of 237.5, spread of 5.5. It's like one of the top 4 game environments tonight.
Yeah.
And I love having those like later game players, as dumb as that sounds. Like I like being overweight on the people who play after 10 o'clock. I could just be an idiot. But I love watching. 1.1. The influencer 1.1.
This is like my 4th 1-1 in the DVQ this week.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
I'm about to crush this one. I feel good.
Are you very steadily CMC over Hill?
Yeah, I think so. I think the one part about it that I do kind of worry about is I think you actually can get a pretty nice running back at the 2-3 turn. You can get like Devin Singletary, Josh Jacobs sometimes, Tony Pollard. And there's just like very clearly to me, there's like 6 wide receivers that are kind of in a tier of their own, as you can see by ADP.
Yeah, once it drops off from Keenan Allen.
Yeah, but I think that McCaffrey's he's too good. I just take him every time.
Soby, are you team CMC this week or are you team Tyreek?
I don't know, dude. Tyreek versus the Raiders. I don't know. It's like actually kind of a toss up. I think McCaffrey, like Tampa Bay has a pretty good front seven. From like a matchup wise perspective, I think I like Hill more. Plus Tua just got braids the bye week, so that's
he got braids.
You have to consider that.
Narrative? Yeah,
that's bullish.
He looks like Allen Iverson.
How do you factor
now.
that into the model?
I don't know, dude. It's a white swan. That's what they call it.
Yeah, Tony Pollard mooning this. If Tony Pollard doesn't get it done this week, Daniel, it's over. It's done. We're taking him out back. We're dumping him off for Rico Dowdle, and we're not looking back because I'm sick of it. I'm honestly just fed up with it.
Yeah, he's been very volatile. I've done like 20 so far of these, and I've seen him go in the teens. I've seen him.
He
go
just
in
went
the
at
30s.
7. There he goes.
Yeah, like.
Normal Norman said it's a Pollard week, baby.
Godspeed, Norman. You're a stronger man than me.
For me, this is tough. Like I like Diggs a lot, and I like all 3 of these running backs. I'm gonna go Diggs just because getting Diggs and Josh Allen, I know it's a tough matchup. I know Sauce Gardner. I know the Jets have a really good pass defense, but the Bills are embarrassed. They need to do something. They just fired their offensive coordinator, and it kind of feels like he was a scapegoat, and I feel bad for him, honestly. But Diggs has 30-point upside. Allen has 30-plus point upside. They're going kind of free.
Yeah, I love stacking them when possible.
Like, I might get Allen at 33. I'm not going to take him at 16. I'll just wait and see. But if he's there at 33, we'll
Yeah,
go for it.
I've seen him slide. There's a lot of good quarterbacks this week, and so I've seen quarterback in general slide a little bit. Um, I've been trying to take a lot of Allen. I'll even if I don't get Diggs sometimes, I'll take Allen and go, Gabe Davis or Dalton Kincaid. Uh,
Yeah, Kincaid's going. Is he going around 28 in these, or is he going later?
I would say generally he is. Tight end's another one where it's a little bit volatile. There's like actually a decent there's kind of a decent chunk of tight ends where it's like
I
who the
like
hell
everything
knows?
like Komet and above, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah, and
don't
so
feel like
sometimes you'll get like a run on tight end and sometimes you won't, and it kind of just like depends, you know.
I love fucking Tank. Okay, that's not the phrasing, but I love Tank Dell. Like
Ooh,
Tank Dell, I'm
pause.
addicted to. Especially when we know Noah Brown's out this week. I like all these tight ends here, but I think I'm just gonna go Tank Dell. I don't love Montgomery at 21 when you can get like, I don't know, Etienne at 15 or Jacobs. Jacobs went early. I definitely have gotten Jacobs like at this spot or later.
Yeah, I've seen Montgomery go all over the place as well. I feel like he's been slipping though. I don't love him either. I think it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, they say they like him, but it's really hard to put that like once Gibbs goes a little crazy, and he has like it's really really hard to be like, yeah, this rookie running back who we drafted because we think he's fucking awesome. Like, let's start using him less. It just is a hard narrative
Dude, that
to
only
buy
works
into.
if you're Arthur Smith.
Yeah, yeah, and like they're
Like
not Arthur Smith.
they're they're actually trying to win games up in Detroit, so I don't know.
Is
Puka
John
went a
Smith
little
Arthur
early there, I
Smith's like
think.
son, dude? Like I don't understand this. He's like, oh, we're
Arthur
1 yard
Smith's
away.
dad owns the Falcons. That's about the only thing I think at this point.
Yeah, the it it's about NFL later in the season is you kind of understand what rookies have carved a role for themselves, right? I think the big difference between NFL and NBA, just because we're touching on NBA, is people that I think come from NFL go into NBA like valuing rookies really highly, whereas like rookies don't really have that much of an impact versus NFL games. Like Achane, really good example of a guy that like you're not going to get a rookie, maybe like a Wembanyama or something like a generational talent that will like actually perform to the ADP. But that's the thing about rookies that I love drafting later on in the season versus in the beginning. Like Jahmyr Gibbs felt so much more volatile and like less confident picking him on week 2, week 3, week 4. Now it feels like, okay, I'm ranking him higher than Montgomery, especially after he just gashed the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Andy's on the turn here. He has CMC. Did you take the Allen Kincaid in front of me? Is that a move at the turn or no?
No, I'm actually gonna do something different here.
DJ Moore, Justin Fields.
You read my mind.
The upside on them is addicting. I have them circled in my rundown I did on the week. That Chicago Detroit game, 47.5 over under. Detroit's 8-point favorites. They're gonna at least have to throw.
Yeah,
So
it's a combo that I've been drafting a lot. Um, I have been trying to, while I feel like quarterback is pretty deep, I do think that there's a bit of a tier break after the like Tua, Josh Allen, Dak, Fields group. And I kind of feel like this week I want to be in that top tier of quarterback. at least right now. And so I've been drafting those guys a lot.
My last draft I did before this, I had CMC and I punted QB at the end because I wanted to take Cole Kmet because we had 3 people who already had 2 tight ends. Oh, there goes the Allen right in my face. Maybe I'll get CJ Stroud here. Maybe not. But anyway, I had to take Baker in the 6th round, and it just felt pretty bad. I had Mike Evans and I had CMC, so it was fine to game stack it. But yeah, that felt bad. I think like Herbert, Kyler, Purdy is where it changes for me. And then I don't really want Sam Howell against the Giants, where I don't think they're going to need to throw. Trevor Lawrence against Tennessee, where I don't think they're going to need to throw. I actually kind of, this sounds stupid maybe, but like I probably like Stafford and Geno more than I like Howell and Lawrence. And then I can't click on Jordan Love for some reason.
No.
Maybe I should. It's a problem. I just look at him. I'm like, dude. All right, I'm gonna take CJ Stroud if I get him. If not, okay, yeah, I'm gonna take him. I like Breece Hall here too. I think Breece Hall he needs like 2 big plays. He's coming off 2 shitty games too, so it feels crazy to see Breece Hall go at 33 after Kenneth Walker. But what do I know? I won't be clicking on Kenneth Walker much. I'm always underweight on Kenneth Walker.
I've been drafting him here and there, but
like I honestly
much.
might click on Charbonnet. How far down is he? Holy shit! No one's even taken him. I mean,
yeah, he's going undrafted.
He's been getting a lot of receiving game work. I don't know. I feel like he might be a sleeper. Maybe I'm on some sauce here early, but I would much rather have Charb over like Najee Harris or Darrell Henderson. Maybe that's just stupid. Maybe I like Jalen Warren this week. We haven't talked about that Pittsburgh Cleveland game. It's really fucking disgusting. It has a 32.5 over under. Cleveland's 1-point favorites, but I circled Jerome Ford and Jalen Warren.
Yeah, I think another late round running back who has been growing on me a lot this week is Brian Robinson Jr. It seems like Gibson's probably not going to play, and so they're playing the Giants. Like
Soby likes it too. Look at him.
I already had him queued up. I was just thinking about. I have so much Brian Robinson in best ball. I took a large stand on him against Antonio Gibson, and it paid out because my other highest running back is Miles Sanders.
I took the other side of that bet. I don't know how, but I ended up like almost 20% Antonio Gibson, and that hasn't been fun.
Yeah, my running back bags from that like part of the draft have not been great. A lot of Rashad Penny.
Oh yeah, that.
It's not seen
Rashad
the field
Penny
very much.
Trading like 2017 ICO shitcoin.
Yeah. I don't know though. I think like something I've been thinking about with best ball, when you have those instances where you have 2 players who like, because they really kind of ping-ponged back and forth between like, Brian Robinson's the ahead of him in ADP, and then Gibson is, and then back and forth. I wonder if the right move with that is just always draft the guy who's behind in ADP at any given time. And so it's like when Robinson flips, you just start drafting Gibson. When Gibson flips, start drafting Robinson. Unless it like becomes very clear that one's pulled away. But when it was just like these random narrative changes where like one's up and one's down, I feel like you probably would get better off just like always drafting the second one.
Especially when the narratives are more like bullshit. Like I like the narratives in this scenario, Brian Robinson and Gibson, they're really close together. But there's some narratives that, like Charb and Kenneth Walker, where like Charbs is going at 102. And there was this narrative that like, well, they drafted this rookie running back, like they're gonna use him. And like we did the same thing with Tank Bigsby, where like, oh yeah, like you see that preseason game where like he got the goal line work?
Yeah.
And then you end up with 18-20% of this rookie running back who doesn't do much.
I mean, Tank Bigsby has been essentially the worst running back in the entire NFL this year. he's been so bad.
Dude, his name is too like I don't understand how I was drafting Tank Bigsby way too often, but I wasn't getting the Tank Dell. Like I have this rookie Tank name narrative, and I, for whatever reason, was like, well, Tank Dell's like 5'3", 130 pounds. Like he can't be a tank.
You were like, he's too much like me. I can't be drafted.
And then Tank Bigsby is like, oh, dude, we have a running back named Tank. Like this guy's gotta just fucking eat. And then in the same sense, like I feel like ETN kind of dropped. Like he was going, I think, in the 40s at the end.
Yeah, he's been
And there
such
was-
a smash.
Yeah, exactly. He was one of the better picks.
All right, so how are we lining up here? Where are you guys at? Deeze, you're coming up on your pick, right?
I was eyeing up the James Conner that just went. I'm kind of addicted to him. I kind of like Derrick Henry still. Like I think.
Yeah.
Tight end, I kind of missed the boat on it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You get a bit of a I mean, the fact that I got Evan Ingram at 49 feels like a steal. I'm pretty
we
happy
kind of
with
had
that.
this run in the third. Well, we
He
had
just-
the
he
first
snuck
run
out
right
of it.
before you, and then we had this Kincaid, Schultz, Ferguson, and then Komet just went. He's kind of the guy where he's last on my list. I'm gonna lose 2 tight end options if I don't take Derrick Henry, and none of them can take Derrick Henry. So I'm gonna.
Dude,
probably
Bryce Young
take
fucking
either-
sucks at football.
Yeah, it does.
Like, am I gonna take Luke Musgrave? Like that's.
You know
feels
who
like-
I think is interesting is Pat Freiermuth.
Is he coming back?
Yeah, but I don't know. I have no idea if he's even going to play. You know, like he's gonna play,
Dude, you
but
always have you always have the swap to Connor Hayward. I mean, there's a lot to
Yeah.
like there. You get a free out. I think this is something for people who don't draft very often, though. Like when I looked, this guy had 2 running backs, this guy had 2 running backs, and then Alejandro had 3 wide receivers and a running back. So I know that none of these 3 can take a running back. And I know that Frittles and Alejandro both need a tight end. So it'd have been really stupid for me to take Derrick Henry. They probably take something like Musgrave and Njoku or Musgrave Freiermuth, and then I have to go down a tier. But yeah, I guess last pick, Derrick Henry, I mean, he's still getting the majority of their rushes. Even though he isn't playing, 70% of the snaps, he's getting 65% plus the carries anyway. Could see a world where they stay close and they just feed him the ball. Jacksonville hasn't looked like they want to put up a big score anyway this year. They've been tilting.
yeah,
Soby,
I like
going for
Henry
the
this
love?
week.
Yeah, I am going Jordan Love.
Little love.
Oof.
Yeah, it feels bad. But
What were your
it
other
is what it
options
is.
there? You would have had Adam
Well,
Thielen, Bryce Young, DeAndre. You could have did Hopkins and Levis.
I was thinking about doing Hopkins or Levis, which feels like it probably has more upside, but I also think that there is a world in which Brandon Staley just collapses again. But Jordan Love
Why
is not
not
that good of a
go
quarterback.
Tyler Lockett and Geno Smith?
That's a pretty good idea too.
I mean, is Lockett like actually not going to play?
He has a hamstring thing right now, doesn't he?
But it's been like days, like weeks, I think, right? And he's still playing. I don't know. I hope everyone skips him. I've been drafting him a good chunk because he's falling to the 6th round.
undrafted?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. He's falling to like the 5th and 6th round. And I'm like, I will take Tyler Lockett in the 5th round if he's questionable every single time.
Yeah, that's
He's
not
so
that bad.
good.
I mean, it's interesting right now. I like Hopkins. I think he's completely rosterable. I think Adam Thielen's completely rosterable, even though it's a tough matchup. He's their wide receiver 1, and he's still available here in the second half of the 6th.
Yeah, it's a pretty deep week, I feel like.
And at running back, it does almost, because like I would take Jerome Ford, I would take Jalen Warren, I would maybe take Chuba Hubbard.
I mean, I also think it's crazy that Brandon Cooks is going undrafted.
After his
last, he was literally just like last week the guy you needed to win.
Yeah,
and
but he can't be the guy you needed twice. Like that's what I've been telling myself about CD Lamb for 4 weeks now. It's like he can't be the guy we need.
They're playing another shit team. Like
that's the issue. It's like they're playing a shit team, and we tell ourselves, well, they're just gonna blow them out. And it's like, well, how are they gonna blow them out? Like it could be an 80-yard pass to Brendan Cooks. Like we don't want to admit that, but or Michael fucking Gallup. Like I don't want to take Michael Gallup, but it could be the one you need. A
Yeah,
Rich took
it's
up.
one of those things where it's funny that he is like so
Crash Rich has
clearly
a
the
nice
number 2
team.
receiver.
He
All
took
right,
the
give me
Cooks and Lamb.
very last pick Tyler Lockett. Like that to me is beautiful. And my swap if he doesn't play is DeAndre Hopkins. Awesome.
You couldn't really ask for it to go better.
Yeah, so that's why I've been kind of hammering QB and tight end and like running back earlier. Because like I don't know, these later wide receiver guys, like if I can't get that first tier of wide receiver, that's like the absolute smashes, I'm pretty happy to wait and see what I get.
Dude,
How do you
massive
feel
shout
about
out to the
picking on
underdog.
Garrett Wilson?
I've been drafting him a lot.
The Dog Bowl's already 40% full.
I know.
That's pretty good.
Who's gonna join
Are we
me in
hopping in
clutches,
another?
dude?
Yeah, I just hopped in another. Yeah,
Soby,
shout
I'm
out
trying. I mean,
Crutch.
I'm gonna be there. Deeze and I are both gonna be there regardless. Like, I
We're
don't know
gonna
what
be
the.
there, but we need a fucking ticket, Andy.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying, man.
It's so nice with the promo where you get, we'll explain the promo for the people listening, but basically if you enter 10 or more Dog Bowl qualifiers, if any of your lineups come in the top 38% of entries, which is top 2,000, you get your money back. So it really makes it easier to enter like $1,000 worth of lineups plus a week, knowing that on average you're going to get 38% of your money back. And I didn't realize, Soby, like when you come in first, you actually get $10,000 and the
I didn't
ticket.
either. I thought it was
Like,
just like
I
a
didn't-
$10,000.
I thought that $10,000 was like the value of the ticket.
No, dude.
But it's actually
Don't
like
pay
a
my
winner
rent.
take all where you get 10,000 and then you get the ticket.
Yeah, it's like the heat check.
It's pretty sick, dude. They just give you money, and then they pay for your trip to Miami, and then they get you a hotel, and you get to go to dinner with people.
So how did
and
that work? Like, did they like DM you afterwards and they were like, "Yo, when do you want to fly to Miami?" Or like,
They sent me an email with an itinerary. It was the Giga Chad who runs the VIP experiences. I
yeah,
forget his
he's
name.
the man.
Cam.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's the man. And I haven't fully I filled out some form. I haven't classic me doing everything last minute. But they also deposit you $1,000 to pay for your flights. That's withdrawable into your underdog account.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're not
So-
actually going to book your flight for you. We're just going to deposit you $1,000 and you can figure it out.
And then you can
yeah, which
spend
is super
it
clutch,
on
honestly.
Yeah.
spend $200 on Spirit Airlines and then fucking keep the other 800 in the account. And run it
Yeah,
back.
dude, we're not going to be doing that. It's a flight from LA to Miami. The thing that's funny is like, it's Art Basel, and obviously all of us are little crypto bros. So there's a lot of like Art Basel stuff going on, and I'm just like looking forward to people messaging me while I'm there, going, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm preparing for the Dog Bowl."
Yeah. No,
I'm
yeah, that's
prepared for the Dog Bowl. I've been in the lab.
I've been in the lab. Sorry,
I
can't make
wonder
it to
what
this
that's
thing.
going to be like. Like, is it? I'm curious what like. It's a single entry draft with.
I don't know. That's the thing I want to figure out. Probably check my email, but what is it? 25 people, 20 people, something like that.
What, it's
So how
three
does this
people
show?
per week for 12 weeks. So that's
36.
36 people. Yeah.
Yeah, how's this? Is it groups? Like, or is
They've
it
got to.
over?
It's got to be like random groups of 12. Maybe it's like 3 random groups of 12. Single entry. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I'd almost rather it be like 10 entry or something.
Mhm.
That way you don't just
It's
like
going to be hard. And I
get
don't
the
know. Like,
It's a
112.
36 person snake draft.
I've never drafted in front of another person. Like, am I going to be nervous? Should I start having mock drafts?
Is it going to be
At the
6
house?
groups of 6? Is that how it works? Because that kind of makes sense in a way. Like 6 groups of 6, and then you can't have any of your own.
Man, I
like,
have no idea.
If you have 2 tickets, you can't be 2 of your own, like 6 in that pool. That would make some sense, but I have no idea. I'm looking at some of my NBA exposures. I don't know why, but I have 37% Wemby, and I thought I knocked him down. So I might just have to take Wemby out of the pool, do the Andy.
Mama.
Oh, did you
That
guys
dude is
follow?
crazy.
There's a new Underdog account called Underdog Drafts, and they just tweet out when new contests go live.
Yeah, I like that. It's nice.
I have it on alerts. I think there's a big amount of alpha getting in the early. I mean, all the drafts, but the early NBA drafts I've noticed in particular are just a wet and wild ADP fest of like, oh well, I gotta take this guy because he's projected higher, and then they have like Tyrese Maxey at 36 off the page, and you're getting him in like the 5th round. Same with
That's what
Scotty
you
Barnes.
were saying, Andy. That like ETR really affects the NBA
Yeah.
rankings significantly.
Wait, Joe Burrow's done for the year.
No.
They were. I bet you they were just like, this is a season from hell. Like whatever, just get him the fuck out of here. Come back next year.
Dude,
Is
not
it
like
a
this.
UCL injury or is it wrist?
I'm not sure. I just saw the blurb and then I saw Sneaker Dad.
Damn, they've deleted the video of him having some shit on his wrist.
Joe Burrow is out with torn ligament. Season-ending wrist ligament surgery.
Dude.
Oof. Not good.
I love Joe Burrow, dude. This makes me sad.
How can you not like Joe Burrow?
I don't know. He's like the coolest dude in the NFL.
He's like the inverse of Zion Williamson.
Yeah. I wish Zion Williamson wasn't such a fat fuck and like played basketball.
I can't stand every time I'm overweight on Zion. Like right now I'm at 25%. And it just makes me antsy. Early projections liked him, so I ended up with too much of him.
My projections today or my exposures, I should say, are really fucking weird. I don't know what's going on. It's not going to be good. I don't know. I feel very uncomfy.
I just hope that Giannis plays and Dame sucks.
Yeah. I mean,
that's
same.
kind of my biggest
I'm really
stand.
underweight Jason Tatum, which is interesting.
Do you have him at 5 or 4?
Right now I have him at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, yeah. I think I have him at 6, and I get way too much of him and LaMelo, and then I need to put in like I'll do like Durant Fox at 6, 7 just to get weird shit.
Yeah, I've got one really fun team that has AD and Embiid, which is a fun combo.
Ooh. Did you get them at 6, 7 or like 5, 8?
I got AD at 11.
Oh, wow.
And it was a totally normal lobby too. Like it wasn't like some guy was throwing the game or anything. Just no one
People
wanted AD.
vibe.
Yeah.
LeBron's
And it
a
hasn't
tough
been
one for
thrown
me.
out yet. A bunch of my other lineups are not a bunch. A couple other lineups have been thrown out. That one hasn't yet.
Trying to get more Randall. Just put him over Maxey, and that felt rough.
Yeah. I'm under the field on a lot of guys. Like I'm under on LaMelo and KD, Wemby, Lillard, but mostly just because
I have
like
2% Paul George and 22% Kawhi. Like that feels like a mistake. I don't know. Gotta move Paul George up. I hate the Clippers, honestly. I feel like I could make an argument to just not take any of them if all 4 of them are healthy in there. But you know, they can also get 50 points and you need them.
Yeah, I have more Kawhi than Paul George as well. I don't feel good about it.
I feel really bad about this
Zach LaVine,
Chicago-Orlando game, and I keep taking the players from it, but I don't like it.
Yeah. I don't like that one. I also have, it's interesting, I just like am getting no Asar Thompson. I think his ADP is like way too high.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to take Asar over Cade, even though I know when people look at the box scores, it seems like a no-brainer to take Asar. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really getting there.
Do you have a good amount of Cade, or are you underweight? I have 11% of him.
I have 14%.
Yeah, okay. We're close there.
Yeah. Yeah, though I don't have any crazy stands today. I've run very lucky on the best players, which is a great problem to have. I have like 23% Jokic, 25% Embiid, 23% AD, 23% Giannis, 27% LeBron, and then 26% Booker and Mitchell. Those are like, so there's just like a lot of those really top guys. I've kind of just been like, I just think that their projection doesn't match up necessarily with ADP, and I'm just taking them a good amount. And so then a lot, like almost everyone in the teens and early 20s, I'm slightly under the field on just because I've been like hammering some of those guys. And so it's like, I like Scotty Barnes, but I only have 13%. I like Vucevic, but I only have 13% just because of kind of the way things are falling.
Yeah, I only have 8.5 on Vooch somehow. I got a lot of Şengün.
Sanguini.
I'm basically about to run a whole new set where I just move Zion and Brandon Ingram under like.
Do we
Jalen
like
Brunson.
Sengun this week?
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Oh, we're
Put
in.
him in my
What do we get?
server.
Soby 1.4. I got 1.8. Andy, the caboose, 1.12. The opposite.
I
of
already
what you
know
had
who I'm
last time.
taking, dude.
Yeah, Eckler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't doubt that. I didn't
Either
doubt
Eckler or Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Would you take CD if he fell to you?
I don't fuck with that guy.
You don't fuck with CD?
But he's probably going to cook. Dude, Carolina is fucked. I can't believe they didn't draft CJ Stroud. Like, Bryce Young literally does not look like he can see over an NFL O-line.
I'm not sure he can.
Yeah. He's just throwing it with just vibes. He's like, fuck it, I'm just... And the trade is crazy. Like, DJ Moore would be so nice with a rookie QB back there.
Yeah, well, now it's like, they're going to go for a wide receiver 1 in the offseason. They're going to pay T. Higgins $1 million or something. And it's like, yeah, you had one. You could have just drafted a different quarterback. Like,
well, did you guys see all those videos? Or not all those videos, but there was like the GM or the coach or something was like to CJ Stroud, like, we'll get you a basketball court or something when you come to Carolina. They said something in passing about that of him like coming to Carolina, and then
I did not see that. That's funny.
We'll get you your own basketball court.
And some shit like that. I might probably misquoting or misremembering it, but they're basically insinuating that he was going to come on down to Carolina, and it just didn't happen for the boy.
Oh shit, Tyler, are you in this one? Oh yeah, there you are, Ty Wilder. You're right next to Andy. He's gonna snipe you.
No, I'll be nice. Who you got to worry about is Crash Rich and Best Ball Viper on your other side. They're the ones
Crash Rich has fucked me more times than anybody else this year, really. Dude, it's just...
He's moving different.
I have a list. I have a notepad list of people who fucked me.
Deeze's hit list.
There's this one time like Jewish McCaffrey took a naked Tua when I had like Hill and Mostert or something. I was like, dude, you're on the list. Like, I need to make a list. It's only when someone like repeatedly fucks me that they go on the list, though. It's not.
Wait, holy shit! Stephon Diggs at 2.
Yeah. That's why I asked if you're gonna take Eckler.
I mean, you mean CD? I should have taken CD. I'm not paying attention. I'm looking at So Rare stuff right now.
Shout out So Rare. I set my lineups and
I need to set mine. I never win though. I don't have good enough players, and I refuse to spend any more money on it. So
I spent
a lot of money on it. I'm probably capitulating and just playing the rare instead of the super rare one, like the blues. The blues are too rich for me.
I just play the limited stuff.
I can make a team of blues that's like decent, but it's like I literally have enough to make one team, and it's the same team every week, and it doesn't fucking win. And so it's like I have like Lowry Markkanen, Josh Giddey, Cade Cunningham, Christian Wood, a couple other guys, and so it's like my team's fine, but I'm never gonna win with this team, and so I just make it and throw it in and lose every week, and whatever.
Just vibe it out. It's fine.
Yeah. So all I have to say, So Rare, if you sponsor us, I'll buy more. More
that's what
players.
I did when they sponsored the Rug Radio stuff. I bought like an ETH&a half worth of cards, but I only bought the yellow cards. So I have enough to make like 3 good teams every week with 2, making sure that like every player is playing 2 games or more.
Dude, some fucking dickheads running it up on me right now in the auction.
I've seen Tua go as high as like 3 in this.
I've seen him go all over the place. I feel like that's one where people are just like, it's Tua, man. I want him.
It's my boy, dude. It's like Joe Burrow. Dude, what? Ty knows I'm a slut for Tank Diggs. Or Tank Dell, I mean. He said I'm gonna start calling him Tank Diggs. That's what he looks like out there. It's my boy Tank Diggs.
Now, I mean, if his name was Tank Diggs, wow.
He could be him. So this is tough. I kind of want to take Laporta or McBride. But I also really like Pollard and Jacobs. Can I push Pollard and Jacobs back? Probably not. 32. I think I might just take Jacobs here. I still have a hard time, like, if I can get a running back who's going to see 70% plus of their running back opportunities, it's harder for me to take them, or it's harder for me to take the tight end over them. But I think Trey McBride is, like, actually the best tight end.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
He has the
I like him
highest
a lot.
first read percent target share of any tight end in the league right now.
I think that Dalton Schultz at 15 feels early to me.
Yeah,
But
we'll let Viper take that.
Damn, I fucked up
whatever,
the
you
whole
do your
draft,
thing.
dude.
What are you thinking here, Soby?
I could have had. Oh no, I couldn't have. I was just daydreaming about getting Dak Prescott with CD Lamb.
But the guy in front, you would have got him because this guy wouldn't have taken Dak because he wouldn't have had CD Lamb. But
Yeah.
if it makes you feel better, you surely won't need them again.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do I do here? Do I click on this guy? I'd probably click on this guy.
Ayuk. He was the cover boy for Karane's article this week, so he has to go off.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah.
time.
Well, I think last week, I think it was Gino was the cover boy, and I don't think Gino went off, so maybe it's not time, but it could be time. I did not get one of the tight ends. Maybe I'll get Kincaid or Ferguson. That feels rich at 32, though. Maybe for Kincaid, that's fine.
Well, it's just one of those things where, like, I mean, you were just there drafting Pat Fryermuth or Logan Thomas or whatever. It's like,
or Njoku.
yeah.
Or Luke Musgrave. Is this another one of your double taps on? Oh wait, I'm looking at Beretta James. Like
Yeah, no, I got a ways to go still. If they get to me, I will definitely double tap them, but
yeah, that'd be.
I'm not betting on it.
Debo and Mike Evans. So he's going for the Purdy, probably. All right, let's see if I updated this sheet correctly. Okay, Cade Cunningham is at 37.5 and not whatever the fuck he was at earlier when I did this. ETR has LeBron up nice. Like they have LeBron eighth.
Dude, why are people drafting Dalton Schultz so high?
Because he's him. Tony Pollard at 27 with Trey McBride and Tyreek Hill feels really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Surely that can't be what you need to win.
I might have to do it to him. The big homie.
Oh, I thought you were going to take Herbert or some shit.
Nah, dude.
I'm trying to see if I can push Herbert to 41.
I'm hoping I can get Nico Collins or a Marquise Brown take back.
Yeah, I'm looking at Puka and Kincaid. Oh, now I'm just looking at Kincaid.
Evidently, so was that guy, dude.
Thankfully, Derek Anthony, or I guess unthankfully, he took Fields from Andy, but also didn't take two tight ends in front of me. Krasrich got the 2 at Achan. I can see Krasrich going for like a Mostert at 40 and just taking both running backs with Best Ball Viper can't get CJ.
All right, what the fuck do I want to do here?
the ETN Waddle.
Waddle. Dude, what if both you guys ship the Dog Bowl? What are we going to do then?
What if all three of us do, Soby? And you get
That's
a
what
second
I'm saying.
one.
Both you guys asked, and I'm already,
Well, what? Yeah, but what if you shipped another one?
Oh shit!
You know,
I think that would be the most annoying way to take all of our girlfriends to Miami.
I just like thinking about the people in the deposit kingdom.
Well, I guess you guys are both married now, so my bad.
Take the wives to Miami.
You have all the people just grinding their clocks off in deposit kingdom. They got their spreadsheets and matrix, and then you just have Soby show up with 0.6 from George Kittle. It just doesn't matter. It's just set.
Dude, that was some crazy shit.
People are still talking about the Kittle thing and like tight end doesn't matter. Like you just proved the whole thesis of like position just sucks. Pun it.
I mean, dude, I actually like. I will never forget both the Amon-Ra St. Brown drive where they just kept throwing to him, and I kept watching myself go up and up. And then George Kittle got like one catch behind the line of scrimmage and got tackled. They got like half the point. I was like, perfect. This is all I need to ship.
That's all you need. I feel really comfortable with a Herbert at 41. Didn't think I would be able to kick the can further. I definitely thought about Aaron Jones.
I'm jealous, dude. You're living my dream.
I was thinking about Aaron Jones because I feel like if Keenan Allen does well and the Chargers get ahead, Aaron Jones is, to me, a bet on the receiving game more than the rushing game. So I kind of like him with any of the Chargers wide receivers. I honestly am thinking about Quentin Johnston in the 6th round.
I have done it once. Doesn't feel good, but I've done it.
I mean, I like the game. These dog bowls, I like stacking. I like just getting either quarterback, running back, wide receiver, or quarterback, 2 wide receivers, or quarterback, tight end, wide receiver. Like I like having the chunks of points. We got some news. Khalil Herbert is going to be activated to the 53-man roster. That kind of makes that whole backfield a no-go for me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really interested in a 3-way split.
Giannis was upgraded to probable, by the way.
Does that mean he's going to be out?
No, I think he's going to play.
Because I still have a little PTSD from what happened. And people were talking about in the Discord, like, I think it was Crutches and a couple other people, but they said that that's not unlike them. Like,
the Bucks, when they do an overnight probable in a situation where it would make sense for them to sit someone for rest, a lot of times it's that probable actually means out.
That's a mindfuck. That's the hardest thing for me about the NBA is getting in tune with the different like idiosyncrasies or whatever of the teams and the people. Your synchronicity.
Do I feel like clicking Garrett Wilson after copy trading Andy? Probably not. Probably not. Do I do Aaron Jones? Maybe. Do I do Saquon Barkley? Is this Sunday any specific? Is there like any Italian holidays I should be aware of for fucking Danny DeVito or Tommy DeVito, whatever his name is?
Is there any Italian holiday that you need to be worried about that could fuck up your vibe?
Dude, I need to know what's going on. You know what, Andy? I think you are kind of right though, dude. It feels cozy to get Lockett because I like right here. I feel comfortable clicking Evan Ingram over Cole Kmet, probably. I think. And then if I get last pick, I feel cozy with taking a D-Hop as a take back on that game. Or maybe I just do a Tyler Lockett, and if he's out, I do a D-Hop swap.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad at all, man. But you know what's nice too is this, like Jacoby Myers on the back end could feel cozy too.
I have some options here. I definitely don't need to hop into Quentin Johnson. Oh, the Derrick Henry left the station. That was one of the options I was excited about. Is Christian Watson dust?
I think that he and Love they just don't have a connection. Like they
I'm,
do not
I'm
play
gonna
well together.
fuck Soby here on his DeAndre
It's
Hopkins.
funny to say
thing.
they don't have a connection, like as
Yeah.
like a romantic.
Actually, I'm gonna go. Oh, I tried to go Thielen there, but I misclicked him.
Dude, I can't believe Devin Singletary is like a viable fantasy running back this year.
I know. I mean,
Would
he's
you
been
call him
playing
Devin
well.
Singletary?
Yeah, I did.
Crash Rich took the Thielen, dude. He's a sharp. He knows.
All right. Well, I've got to
Oh,
hold back
I
the
gotta go.
vomit as
I
I
have to
make these
go.
picks.
Yeah,
I
we
gotta
all
go,
have
guys.
to go at 3.
Yeah.
Soby, take care. I'll finish this.
Yeah,
last pick.
I'm hanging. So I finished out with a Howell, Logan Thomas bring back. And so I went ETN, Jalen Waddle, Singletary, and Marquise Brown for a little game stack, and then
Like that.
Sam Howell and Logan Thomas to close it out.
I love that Houston Arizona game. Like I think that could be the game we need.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
agreed.
go Quentin Johnson here. Well, that guy went Jalen Guyton. Holy shit. Ty, you scared me. I saw LAC. I thought QJ was getting ripped from me. Part of me can make a case for Calvin Ridley, but I've lost so much money clicking on him recently that I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, so he's another one where it's like almost going undrafted, which is totally insane.
Yes, it's one of those things where we know he has 30-point upside. He just hasn't done it, and yeah, he could do it this week. All right, everybody, thank you for hanging out. Ty, Mass, Dan, Fran, Brent, everybody else who hung out with us. I hope you have a good day. Good luck in the NFL streets. I'm going to run over to the Schiller Vibe space for the next hour or so, try to get off these NBA lineups. Thank you for hanging out with us, and good luck.